What is up, everybody? This is Jolo, and I'm coming at you with another episode of Road to Commander with All Free for All, episode 10. And as you can tell by the title, this is a regular commentary again. I said that I might have to do another regular commentary. So I'm sorry that it's not live. If you wanted live, I'm sorry, but guess what? After this, it's going to be all live all the way to the finish, level 80. So be excited for that. Be ready for that. As you can tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about car audio today. A topic that, it's a much shorter video than my last video. It's something that I'm just going to run through and tell you a little bit, and I'll tell you what I think is the best company. So simply, here's my deal. I've had two systems put into my truck, and I'm only 16, and I've had, when I say systems, I haven't changed my door speakers, but I have changed my subwoofers and amp. But I'm going to be talking about the head units that are best. I'm going to be talking about subwoofers. I'm going to be talking about door speakers. And then overall, I'm going to tell you, in my opinion, what the best car audio brand is if you're going to be looking to buy some. But first off, everybody, it's all about subwoofers to most people. So let's just jump into that. Well, when people think about subwoofers, most people hear the brands as Kicker, JL Audio, and Rockford Fosgate, and and then there's some other ones that make pretty good subwoofers, but those are the top three in my opinion. And when I say that those are the three best for the money. And I'm sure there's other brands like out there in the world that are out of this world amazing, but from the standpoint of best bang for the buck and car audio, those are the top three. So let me just tell you, I've owned Kicker and Rockford Fosgate, and my friend has had JL Audio. Now here's what it is. Kicker is the loudest of the three. Kicker will always be the loudest, and JL Audio will be, in my opinion, JL Audio has not as good a subs as Kicker and Rockford Fosgate, but Kicker is loud and they still have good sound quality. But Rockford Fosgates, in my opinion, have the best sound quality of the three. And I had a Kicker. I had two Kicker 12-inch CVRs, and they weren't good with my amp, so I sold those, and then I got some two 12-inch Rockford Fosgates P2 punch, and then I got an 1800 watt Kenwood amp. So it's pretty damn good setup I got now. But anyway, JL Audio is not as good, but I'd still you can still definitely go with JL Audio. But from the best standpoint of subwoofers, I got to go with Rockford Fosgate. So that's that. Then after that, door speaker wise, I have Memphis in my front and I have Pioneer in the back. Pioneer makes great door speakers. You can't go wrong with them. Pioneer is pretty damn good. Memphis is good. JL Audio makes them. Kenwood makes great door speakers. Kenwood's pretty good company all around, except for a few things. But amps, that's another big deal. Door speakers, I'd have, before I go into amps, I'd have to say the brand that makes the best door speakers is I gotta say Memphis. I'm sorry, Memphis or Infinity. Actually, my brother had Infinities and they were awesome, so I gotta go with Infinity on door speakers. But and I'm not talking about home audio, by the way. I'm talking about car audio, as you can see. But let's jump into amps. Now, this is where JL Audio goes above and beyond everyone else. Now the punch amps from Rockford Fosgate are great. Don't get me wrong, and I would have no problem with getting them. And I don't have either of them. I actually have a Kenwood 1800 watt amp, like I said, and I had a Pioneer amp that went out on me, which was ridiculous. So don't ever buy a Pioneer amp. My Kenwood amp is great. I'm not saying that it's not good, because it is pretty good. I would just feel that if you're getting an amp, you need to go with a JL Audio amp or a Rockford Fosgate amp. Kicker makes a pretty good amp, but that's about the same as Kenwood would be, and it's more expensive. So, and Rockford Fosgate and JL Audio amps are very expensive. So I mean, if you're trying to look for something that's not as expensive, I don't know if those are the ones that you're looking for. But the punch amps are very, very underrated. So are my subwoofers that I have, the P2 punch. They Rockford Fosgate they underrate the punch series because they want to put them in competitions. If they put like 400 RMS, by the way, RMS means continuous power pumping 24/7 the whole way. If they put 400 RMS, it's probably like 450 or 500 RMS, just so it may, which is a good thing. That is so. like I was saying, is the amps. My friend had two JL Audio 12-inch subwoofers and a 500 watt amp. 500 watts is not a lot when it comes to subwoofers. I mean, it is a good bit. I mean, 250 per sub peak is a pretty good bit, but it's not anything that's huge. I mean, I have an 1800 watt amp. I mean, you can think. But the reason why JL is so great is because they underrate their products as well. You know, they do. And it's simply just, I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. It simply is the best thing if they're underrating their things. Now, the money wise, I mean, that does suck. Yeah, I mean, it sucks to pay a ton of money. I mean, it costs $1,000 for like a 1500 watt amp, JL audio amp. I was looking up that on eBay. I mean, that's true. And then a 1000 watt amp was like $600. I mean, it was ridiculous. But anyway, let's get back away from the money. Let me just tell you who makes the best amps. Like I said before, JL, and then behind that I have to go with Rockford Fosgate. And so I've told you the door speakers, I've told you the subs, amp, head units, which is a receiver, like that's the radio that you put in the car. When you take out the radio, you put it in. You understand me? I've narrowed it down to 2, and I'm gonna tie those, but let's get into them. Alpine and Pioneer, those are the 2. I got a Pioneer just because it was cheaper than the Alpine, but the reason why they're so great and the reason why their head units are great is not just because of the sound quality, but number one, that is the main thing that you're looking for in audio, is the sound quality and the way it sounds. I mean, that's number one. And number 2 is the customization. I have so many different things that I can tweak with my head unit. I've got bass boost, I've got subwoofer 2, which is I can change the frequencies, HPF, high lows. You know, with the door speakers, I have a 6-band equalizer. An equalizer is, you know, changing it from the bass to the mids, the treble, all that. You know, it's a great deal of fun. And it's awesome. I mean, it's really the customization that I have. I can completely change the sound however I want it and the ways that I like it. And you know, now that I got my new subwoofers in, you know, I made the door speakers louder because my subwoofers are louder than what my old ones were. And I know you may think, didn't I say kicker was louder earlier? It was my amp that was the problem, but I just went ahead and got Rockford Fosgate because I wanted to see, because I heard a lot of good things about them, and I truly do say that Rockford Fosgate is better than kicker. So overall, what is my best choice for car audio? If you were going to put in a whole system in a whole car, what would you pick? Well, I can't really answer that in one answer, I'm sorry. But I can tell you a mismatch. I don't even know what I'm saying. I would go with the Fosgate amp and subs, or the JL amp, and then I would go with the Memphis or Infinity speakers, and then I would go with the Pioneer Alpine head unit. I mean, as you can see, that's what I've been saying, but you can't go wrong with any of these high-end brands. I mean, Alpine's great, Pioneer's great, Rockford Fosgate's great, JL Audio's great, and Kicker's great. They're all great, but in my opinion, I think Rockford Fosgate is the top dog. So, that's it.